8. Yo, what is up, everybody? I have adjusted my PC settings, so I'm just like, things are louder than they should be. But welcome back. This is episode 179 of the Unknown Games podcast. I'm your host, Adrian, and I am joined with Alex, the Game Duck.
The Optimum Prime!
So,
What is... I was like, what does that say again? I was like, I could see you reaching for it, and I was like, it's coming. It's going to happen. How's it going?
I should get a foot pedal, so you never know when it's coming.
That would be deceptive and tricky.
Hey, I'm not afraid.
Why are we still here?
Yeah, I need to update these.
Well, why are we still here? A question that we can answer this episode with one simple thing, talking about Tokyo Game Show, which is honestly like every year we have Tokyo Game Show here in Japan, and it is our...
Almost every year. Like we canceled. Did we cancel? I mean,
No,
it wasn't canceled,
I don't
right?
think I don't think it was canceled that weird super sized down year. But
it felt canceled.
It basically was.
Yeah.
But yeah, Tokyo Game Show was back this year, 2023, and we're going to be talking about it. This is also, like I said, every year this comes around, it's essentially the podcast like anniversary kind of thing.
Pretty much.
Yeah. This was our we're going on year 4 essentially.
It's so
like,
fucking
somewhere.
long. It's actually terrifying. No, I'm not even kidding. I'm not even, like that's actually like a long ass time. That's terrifying.
It's a very long time. Yeah, 4 years essentially. I think it's sometime in October technically is when we uploaded the first episode on SoundCloud. But
oh yeah,
it was about Tokyo Game Show.
And
yeah,
like our first episodes on like your personal SoundCloud, and like we had like no storage because we only have like one episode up there at a time.
You can only have one, and then there was that horrible art I made that is still it's still technically on. I think maybe it's there, and there's the art you made.
I made an album too, actually. Or a cover. Yeah.
Before we got the professional to get it for us, we got. Yeah. So this is always a special episode, and this year we both went to Tokyo Game Show. And yeah, we're going to talking about our thoughts about what we saw, if any games that we played, and just about the show in general. So, I mean, there's no reason to hold on and just jump on in here. But as always, thanks everyone for watching. And go ahead if you want to listen to the podcast. If you're listening via your earphones. I think
that was like microphone squeaking. So if you're listening via you can only listen to podcasts through earphones.
If you can only listen,
if
you're speaker, if you're one of those speaker people. But no, if you're
like
the
one person in the world who has bone conduction headphones.
I tried some of those last weekend or a couple weekends ago. Those are weird. Like,
did you like them or?
I mean, like I was surprised because it worked. Right? I'm like, oh, these things. These things
I'm
work.
surprised science works. Yeah.
Like science works, and it's not like taking me for a ride or anything. But I'm just like, if I'm walking around with those in public, there's no noise cancel. There's no like real good noise canceling. You know what I mean? It's still.
Yeah, they sound like shit.
Yeah, I was just like, what the heck? It's cool concept wise.
I actually wanted. I don't know. I still kind of want. Actually, I don't know if you probably. I don't know. Maybe you know this, but they sell like, for example, Razer sells a pair of what they call smart glasses.
Oh.
So they're like glasses frames that have the thickest arms because inside are like antennas and like a battery, that kind of stuff.
Oh, okay.
But you like replace the lenses obviously with your prescription, and then they have speakers. Like they just play, like they have tiny speakers. So ideally, like when you're out and about, you're like walking, you're doing errands or whatever, or you're taking like a call, you can hear whatever it is you want to hear. But they're not loud enough that people on the bus will be like, what the fuck is this guy doing? Right?
Okay.
And I kind of wanted that, but I'm like, no, that's still dumb. Also, those frames are huge. They look terrible. But like, I still kind of want those.
I think it's just one of those things like in the future, you just want those kind of glasses, right? You want like we want the cyberpunk glasses in the future.
Okay, yeah. We're getting kind of off topic. Yeah.
We're getting off topic.
Well, like we'll probably get there one day. I don't know. Like Apple's Vision Pro, whatever the fuck it is.
Oh god, that thing. Once it gets shrunk down and not metal.
Exactly. Yeah. Once it gets like cheap, for example, cheaper for one thing, right?
Not 3,000.
But also and the battery, and not you have to plug it in like to a power source or something. Like once we get that technology like really good, that's when I'm never fucking leaving home ever again. Like.
Or hopefully by that time the cars will drive themselves, so you can get in the car and you can still just be in your virtual world while it's driving.
We're hurtling towards fucking, what movie is that?
Minority Report, was that?
No, the Pixar one where humans are all fat and lazy and stuff.
Oh gosh, that sounds scary.
Well, it's true. We're getting there. Pixar movie, future. What's it called? The robot one?
WALL-E?
That's the one.
Okay. I was like, oh, I got okay. Yeah, Wally. Well, hopefully we won't end up like Wally, but yeah, Tokyo Game Show. It's a slide. It's an image right here, but
Yeah,
yeah,
let's get right into it.
let's
Yeah, let's
hop
get
on
into
into
the
it.
yeah the self reflection or whatever of TGS. TGS is 4 days long. Two
Yep.
of it is business days. The other two are public days. So if you were just like a what we call a normie, I guess you can only go on the weekend, Saturday, Sunday. But if you're part of the either if you have like you're part of the media, like you work for a newspaper or something like that, or
A
uh,
blog.
oh yeah. Or
Yeah,
I
or,
mean,
yeah,
in this day and age, like it's basically media. No, like a
yeah.
gaming
Basically,
blog. That's media. That's
yeah,
news,
it's
right?
anything that's press influencer.
Yeah,
Uh, essentially, you're able to go if you sign up and you meet like whatever the qualifications are
yeah.
to kind of get in there for
It's like
business day.
three. It's like three people. Basically, it's the exhibitors. Exhibitors. People that are working TGS. Where like you are working for a game company and you're like, oh, I'm showing off my game or whatever.
Or you're helping with that game company
Yeah,
as part of like an ad agency or something like that.
yeah.
Yeah,
And then it's like the press, people that are covering the event as like, here's Tokyo Game Show, here's all the games. And then below that, I think is like what now influencers, where it's like, I'm a very popular YouTuber and I have things to show my audience, right?
yeah. And you'll
So
see
that's
them kind of like walking around the show floor streaming or
and they're just doing
yeah,
influencer things. It's just
yeah, they're
stuff
doing
like,
their
hey,
thing.
like I went to TGS, here's a game, or whatever, right? So
Yeah.
that's what those are people that can go on the first 2 days. You can actually go on all 4 days if you want, if you're
If
insane,
you're
but
dedicated or you're working there, you know, you might be working.
you
You
have
might
to. If you're working there, yeah, you have to be. Well, you
you
don't have
got
to,
to,
but you're probably there for all 4 days.
and
If
it's
you're press, you're probably there for 2, maybe 3. And if you're an influencer, unless you love games and you couldn't get all your videos done in one day, probably only there for one day, I think.
yeah.
Or you're a
And,
cosplayer, I guess.
or
There's
you're
actually that's another
well,
path. I'm sorry, cosplayer is another tier, but cosplayer is only public day. There's no
cause yeah,
business.
they're only.
Yeah.
Did you see any cosplayers on the public days? Like, were you able? Because like so for cosplayers have gone through a couple changes at Tokyo Game Show. They used to be in the venue, like you could cosplay and kind of
Be around. Yeah, now there's like a
inside.
cosplay area, right?
Yeah, and they moved them outside one year, and I guess they've kind
It
of
was hot
kept
as
it.
fuck.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then another year it was like outside, but in the parking lot outside. Like it
That's
wasn't.
so yeah, no, yeah.
Yeah, and it was kind of like if it rained outside, well, you cosplay was kind of out of luck. But they usually have a contest, usually every year, where they allow people to do a little cosplay contest
hmm
and vote on some things. I don't know if they had it this year, but yeah. So those are always cool to see throughout the years. I mean, how many years have you gone to Tokyo Game Show?
Like in total?
Yeah, off the top of your head. I really don't know myself.
One, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right? Maybe 5. I can't remember if I went in 2021. Did I go in 2021?
Was 2021 the canceled? There was
No, that
one
was
year that
2020.
was
That was
canceled.
2020. 2020 was.
Yeah, there was one. I think 2021 what might have been, or 2020 might have been the all online one. There was technically one that was just all online. It might have been 2020 or 2021.
Mm.
But yeah, I mean, I think I've been to around 5 or 6 of them as well, all the way back since like 2010. So it's, you know, it's one of those shows where growing up, you would always see it on TV, and it was just like, or at least like not X-Play, but G4, they would like broadcast it, right? And I'd be like, oh, this is so cool. I would check the media coverage on IGN or whatever when I was in middle school, and I'd be like, oh man, I can't wait to be there one day. And yeah,
Now you
so
are. Now you're there, like, every year, yeah.
now we're there every year, and I think
You're
you have
like,
this.
yeah.
Do you have the same like kind of feeling I have, where it's like, oh, it's TGS time, and it sneaks up on you, but then you're like, I should be excited, but you're like, for me, I used to love going to play the games. I would play the demos, of course, sing the booths and stuff. But over the last 3-4 years, especially since mobile games happened, right? There was this time when TGS went like downhill, just because it really wasn't hitting on. Even though the big makers were doing like some cool things at their booths, there was just the whole thing where no one really cared about gacha games. They weren't really at the quality that they are now, and you know, it's like 60 minutes sometimes to wait just to play a 15-minute demo as you wade through a hot crowd and try to make it through, you know. So Um, yeah, I don't know. Now it's to the point where it's fine because sometimes we get to go a little bit earlier, but I find myself like I saw Final Fantasy Rebirth and I'm like, oh, that's
Yeah,
awesome. I'm
cool
gonna
game.
play that in 4 months anyways. I can wait.
Yeah, I know. That's
It's
pretty much
weird.
how when I was at the show, and I'm like, oh, should I play a game? And I'm like, well, okay. Like, first off, like, what are the games that I am the most excited about personally? And it was like FF7 and Persona 3 Reload.
Yeah,
So I was like, oh, like those are the games that I'm the most excited about. Maybe want to play those. Maybe want to line up for those. But then I was like, well, I'm gonna like actually buy those. Like, it's not a question. I'm not on the fence about those games. I'm not. Will I buy it? The question is, yeah. I'm. There is no question. I'm gonna buy
you're
it.
gonna buy it. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So like knowing that I'm gonna buy it, should I like spend an hour of my life waiting in line to play 10 minutes of this game when I could just like spend that hour doing
Walk,
something else?
walking
You know what I mean?
around or
Like,
something. Yeah, I
yeah,
mean,
yeah.
it is honestly something that I think because we've lived here so long, we've gone to the show so many times that it's just something that's kind of happened to us. And maybe, like I said, with age and with time, that's just something that's happened. And like a lot of the times, what I like, and I don't know if it's the same thing for you, it's just like looking at all the cool booths and seeing like how they have it set up. Like for Square Enix right here, they had foam stars and they had the slime that were out there. They had Cloud's bike and some of these things. If you go enough or you go to enough events, you've actually seen the things multiple times. Like this is the second time I think I've seen Cloud's bike.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if it's a different Clouds bike, but there's been a bunch of events around Japan, and well, I mean all around the world really. But I've seen Clouds bike at multiple events in Japan that isn't TGS. Like for example, when Remake was about to come out, right?
The
There was the
Skytree.
collab. Yeah, Skytree, exactly. Yeah, so they had Cloud's bike over at Skytree, just like there for pictures, and like, so I took pictures of it then, and then they had it at like TGS before when Remake was coming out. Now Rebirth is coming out, and like the bike. So I'm like, is this the same bike? Does he get a different?
It's probably the same bike. It's
Like,
like
does he
they're
get a
not going to
different
change
bike
it.
in Rebirth? I don't know. Like, I don't know, legitimately. Like, maybe he gets a different bike in Rebirth because, like, for example, like at the end of Remake, spoiler alert, when you're done that highway fight, does the bike break? No, he just gets off it, right?
No, he just gets off of it. It's
Yeah. So I'm
normal.
like, I don't know. Maybe there's a place in Rebirth when Cloud gets a new bike. I haven't played the game. Who knows? Anything could happen. So
But
I wasn't sure if it was a different bike, but if it's the same bike, yeah, I've seen it.
But I mean, what was cool is like they always have the nice merch out there. Square Enix, all the manufacturers. But I love these vinyls. These like
Oh, they're
Aerith and Tika.
sick. They look
Dude,
sick.
they were
Yeah.
sick. I was just like, oh,
The thing
okay.
about vinyls, man, it's not just FF7. It's really any game, like big game soundtrack. Like the Persona vinyls look so damn good, and there's
Mhm.
like Metal Gear Solid vinyls that are like green with like snake designs on. Like so good. Like I loved game soundtrack vinyls, but I don't have a vinyl player, so
Yeah, and sometimes you're just like, it just looks good. I
I
wouldn't
think
mind just
what for
keeping
the
it
same reason that
decoration.
people buy anime figures is you just want to look, you just want to have it, you just want to look at it, right?
Exactly, and
Like anime figures don't do shit for you. look,
they
look how
really
many
don't.
I have. Yeah,
They're just taking up space, and if you don't
yeah,
dust them off right, then they get dusty, and you're
they get
like,
dusty. Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth had a bunch of news, and maybe we'll talk about that later. Like there's a whole 30-minute talk session that they did for the game,
Mm.
where it was 30 minutes of gameplay from the start. Like it was kind of sick, all the stuff that they were showing for this. But yeah, I mean, was there anything that you were excited for Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, P3 Reloaded, which they did have a statue of what's the homegirl's name? You have Aegis, is that, I don't know her name.
I guess.
Is that how you say it? Is that actually her name though?
Yeah, it's I guess. Yeah.
I'm like going off some weird P4 Arena memory in the
Persona
background.
3 Reload. Yep. Mm-hmm. 2-2.
And then of course they had Morgana out there from the last year and this year. The little mascot for who was out there along with a statue for him. But yeah, I mean there was just it's I don't know. Like I don't know what to say about Tokyo Game Show other than that sometimes you see some weird things. Konami always has weird stuff. I don't know what this thing is. It's like a weird monkey thing, but it has a butt. Holy crap, it had a butt.
So you're like, so I'm like a little bit. I'm like 10 seconds behind whatever you're talking about. 'Cause,
You'll
like,
when you
can't see
get
what
to
this is what you're saying.
when you get to it,
Oh, I know it was a fucking monkey butt. Oh, now I see it. Okay, yeah, that's the monkey from Samba de Go, isn't it?
I don't know. Is that what that's
I'm pretty sure
from?
that's some of the
It's
go.
always
Yeah,
from a game, but I'm just like, oh, okay,
it is
well,
weird how he has a well-defined ass though.
it was
It's
kind of
really
a
what's well-defined.
cushiony
Yeah,
and tushiny. Last year they had a Yu-Gi-Oh card deck that was walking around.
a card deck.
Yeah, it was just like the card deck,
I don't think I saw that one.
and he was just
Oh.
walking around. But anyways, did you see anything that caught your eye specifically from any of the booths?
From the booths,
Yeah.
so I didn't really spend a lot of time going in booths, as in like going like looking at the games or whatever. But I kind of want to run around. Um, let's see. So the Square Enix booth, I don't know if you. I actually didn't even know it was part of the booth because like the Square booth was bigger than I thought it was. If you kind of go further in, there was two big statues for Dragon Quest, like a big slime statue.
Yeah.
It's kind of like hidden. Yeah, you have to go like in. I don't know how to explain it, but you have to go further in past like behind the screens kind of thing.
Yeah, they had like
they had like four big screens on their booth showing like cycling through trailers. And then if
Yeah.
you like go under those and like go towards the wall, basically, there was like a little part where they had Dragon Quest statues, and then
Which
they had like gotcha actually.
I'm kind of curious in terms of like how that, because I thought the stage was in front of those
is.
statues.
Yeah, it is. It is.
So,
it
so
is.
I'm like,
Yeah.
during
Yeah.
public day,
I didn't see. I didn't see it until like much later because I didn't even know the booth was that big.
Yeah, it was nice. Like when I went through and I walked back through there, I was like, oh, this
Oh
is
shit!
new.
There's slimes and shit here. Yeah.
Yeah,
And then they had a part where they had like two gotcha machines, and then it was a crane game. Sorry, it was two crane games, crane game machines, and then they had a camera like on the machine.
yeah.
So if you were trying to win from this crane game, everyone could see you like fail at it, basically. Yeah.
You know what I did miss is I went back around to the Twitch booth. And
Oh, did you? Okay.
yeah, because I thought, oh, are they still doing that Twitch gotcha or whatever?
Yeah,
that
or the Kuji thing. Yeah.
yeah, the Twitch lottery. They were not, unfortunately, they were closed for the day. But it was, I think this was the first year I'd actually gone to the Twitch booth. And
It
the
was bigger.
YouTube
It was
gaming.
bigger this year than it was last year.
Yeah. I mean, I think they took up a lot more space. And
It was like a lounge, basically. It's a partner lounge. So if you were a Twitch partner, you could go and like hang out.
You could go and hang out, basically.
But we're not big enough for that, so we couldn't go inside.
Twitch, can you pay us more money? Can you,
Yeah, for subs, you can sub to us on Twitch.
sorry, we're also on YouTube right now. YouTube Gaming, can you give us some of that bank?
Yeah. Anyways, yeah, there was also speaking of which, by the way, there was also a YouTube lounge. Same kind of deal. They had a big space like in one of the halls. YouTube Gaming.
Whose was better though, Twitch or YouTube?
Well, I mean, Twitch looked better.
Twitch
YouTube,
did look better.
In all, I bet you YouTube's was better. But yeah, so there was like a space where if you were invited by YouTube, you could go and check in, and then they'd be like, "Oh, Mister, famous fan, like, come inside, and you can play some of the games that you can play on the floor, but now in the comfort of a YouTube gaming space and less people and that kind of thing." I'm like, okay, that sounds cool, but we're not big enough for that, not yet. So please subscribe. Please subscribe.
I will say the one thing I probably took more pictures of on accident. Not an accident, but I did walk around to the Ryza booth for the new game, and they had a photo spot there where you could take pictures of each of the protagonists. Like a little model would come out, and it was kind of cute how they would actually like tag off.
They would pose. And they would like kind of be in character. Yeah.
Yeah, they would be in character, and be like, "Oh, excuse me, it's time."
And they would like hug and stuff. I noticed to the two actresses. I guess playing the characters would pretend like they were in character and talk to each other and this kind of thing. So.
Yeah. But I never saw Ryza. Because that's the only person I know. So I'm like, if I'm gonna get a picture of
you should have yelled. You should have yelled and be like, "Where's Ryza?"
I walked back like not four times, at least three times.
I don't give a shit about you. Where's Ryza?
I'm like, who are you? I don't know you.
Yeah, you're the one asshole in the front being like, "Bring out Ryza."
But it's so crazy because you take pics. So I started out and there was no one behind me, and then next thing I know,
the moment you start taking pictures and some people come,
everyone's behind. They're like, "Hey, we got to take our pictures." But I mean, I'm glad that they had a photo area, and they had space because people walking around this venue, on any given day, some of them have some crazy lenses. They get up on people. I'm like, you please ask permission before you take a picture or something. But
I did notice one thing, by the way, like this. I don't know if it's new to. Probably not. I really noticed it this year though. But like, not like all the publisher booths and also the merch area. There was like signs everywhere that was just like photo okay, SNS okay, and I was like, oh, everyone's really like accepting of this like modern social media age where everyone's getting, everything's getting uploaded. So
I mean, it is nice that because typically at a lot of these shows you will run it, like if I go to Jump Festa, right? There's
they
a
say
lot
like
of
no filming, right?
yeah, there's a lot of copyrighted material out
Well,
there.
that makes sense for
they don't
Jump
want.
because that makes sense for Jump, honestly, especially like some copyright owners in Japan, like Toei, like they're big.
But you're in a public venue.
That's the thing. Okay, I mean, like,
that's the
we
thing.
could-
Like for
yeah,
us as Westerners, we're like, you're in a public venue and you're telling me we can't take a picture of. There's certain things. It's like, oh, that's like a float, like a balloon or whatever. Like,
Yeah.
of course, yeah, take a picture. Here's a photo spot. But when it comes to artwork, right, done by an artist, they'll be like, please don't take a pictures of these original things.
I mean,
as opposed to Tokyo Game
yeah.
Show, they'll have some. Every once in a while, they'll have it, and you can take a picture. It just depends.
I noticed. I mean, we could probably talk about this separately, but like, well, obviously, if you go to like an artist gallery, or whatever, like a Pixiv artist, like, understandably, no photographs. I understand
Right.
that, but for example, I remember the first time I came to TGS, like way back, like 10 years ago, but also kind of not at this point. It's like a long time, but I remember like 4 years ago, or whatever, at TGS, and this is at Sega's booth actually, when they were announcing at that time like a new Yakuza game.
Yeah.
It was like it was, where they had the developers and the actors come on stage and talk about the new game that they just announced, and there's like a trailer and stuff like that. I remember they were like, no video, you cannot film this, like no video of this or whatever. And I was like, holy shit, really? And then, but this year, at TGS, at Sega's booth, they had a huge stage for Yakuza,
and there was no one policing. I was so surprised.
And it was like, yeah, photo okay, video okay. I'm like, wow, times have changed. Holy shit, yeah.
Like I don't know if this was just because, I mean, honestly, because this year compared to any of the other years was a lot of foreign press was back in Japan for this, and it was just, maybe someone did tell them like, hey, let us take pictures or video or something.
I also think though it's also just changing times, honestly. Like we're now in the age of influencers, really, honestly. So, and that's how influencers kind of do their thing. That's how they make their money, right? That's how they influence. Like, imagine going to TGS and being like, "Hey guys, what's up? I'm at TGS," but they wouldn't let me film anything, so you have to take my word for it. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, I think that it's kind of weird. So, well, it's not weird. I don't know if I'm lucky or what, but every year I've gone to TGS, I've somehow been there for when they bring the hostesses out for Yakuza. And they have them in like different areas, right? Sometimes they'll have them like in the front. They'll have like a little booth that there was one year they were sitting in a tub.
Oh, sexy.
Yeah, there was one year they were in a tub. And then, of course, like this year, they brought them out on the stage.
I was on stage, yeah.
And they were there, and you could just like, they're like, yes, please. The announcer actually said, like, please take pictures.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. They're like photo, video, okay, SNS, okay, that kind of thing. And I'm like, I think it's a good sign, especially for people like us, because that's how kind of we make content. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, it's really good for people like us. Similarly, well, I mean, not similarly, but when you asked about like what stood out, like at Capcom's booth, I don't know if you know, and maybe you saw this, maybe you didn't see this. There was a thing where you could go. There's a big screen, and they had like a podium, I guess, like a defendant stand, like as if you're on trial because they're promoting Ace Attorney 456, right?
I did not see that one.
Okay, so there's a big screen at Capcom's booth. There was a big screen, and there was like a defendant's podium kind of thing because they're promoting the new Ace Attorney remasters, and you could kind of line up, and what would happen is, when it's your turn, you go up on stage with a screen behind you, and it looks like you're a defendant from an Ace Attorney game, and like the scene would play out behind you with sound effects and everything. So you would have like your defense lawyer, I guess, like, yeah, and then you would have the prosecutor, and then what would happen is like the judge would first pass down like a guilty verdict, and on screen it would say in Japanese like "yuzai," like guilty.
I think it was it on the back side of the booth?
It was kind of, well, depending on what you call the back, like, depending on what you think is the front, the other side of the dragon, essentially. But like,
yeah, that's the front where the main.
Yeah,
I would say Street Fighter.
Yeah,
and
it was like, well, it was the side closer to the next halls over. So if you were coming in from the other halls, then you would be the first thing you see.
Oh wait, did this stage change? So I've got this up right now.
I'm 10 seconds behind, so I don't know.
Yeah. When you get there, so was it on the other side? Was there Biohazard on the other side?
It was
With the
next to
Chainsaw
Street,
Man?
It was next to Street Fighter.
So they changed this. Oh, okay, so it actually rotated. So the day that we went, it was actually Resident Evil 4, and they had the Chainsaw Man up there, and you could actually
You know what?
interact with the Chainsaw Man. Like
You know what? You're right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay,
You're right.
so it was that. Okay, I was like, oh man, I totally didn't see that.
Okay.
Oh, that's cool that it changed though, like that.
Okay. So what I saw basically was yes. So you get on stage and there's like a scene that plays out, and then the whole time that you're on stage and there's like a video playing behind you, there's a Capcom person who's kind of like filming you essentially, and like you're meant to react. So like on screen, like there'll be a prompt that says like, oh, like he's gonna say like objection in like 4 seconds, and you have to like get ready for it, kind of thing.
Oh, okay.
And then you would get like a guilty verdict, and then you can make your sad face or whatever, and then it would get like objected, and then it would get overturned, and it would say like Muzai, like not guilty.
Yeah.
And then you can like do your
You're not guilty.
your celebratory pose.
face.
Yeah. And then they would like, and then the screen would like dim to black, and then the guy was just like, here's your video, it's gonna be on social media, and like, oh thanks, kind of thing. So
okay. Yeah. For the Resident Evil one, they gave you a knife or they gave you the shotgun.
You could fight the
You could
chainsaw
fight
guy.
and it's like slow-mo, and just like you said, the Capcom staff would take pictures of you, and it's honestly, I have to say, like, usually when I go to TGS, Capcom has the best booth for me. It's usually it's Monster Hunter, but there was no real Monster Hunter news
Because they didn't really announce a new game this year, right?
Yeah. I mean, they were promoting Dragon's Dogma, to which, I mean, that's their focus, and they just launched Monster Hunter now, so that's good enough.
It's cool.
Well,
Yeah.
There's actually one more DLC. They actually announced one final DLC for Rise.
For Rise.
Yeah, for Sunbreak. There we go. For Sunbreak. That just dropped as well. Monster.
It's an update to Sunbreak. It's not a new expansion.
It's not a new expansion yet. It's just
more
final. It's just a final monster. Like you thought we were done.
Okay.
This is the very last one.
Yeah.
And then of course, I think once Dragon's Dogma 2 is out, and we're definitely getting a new Monster Hunter. So no one.
I mean, they have to. It's one of their fucking.
It's the cash cow.
It's one of their pillars. Yeah.
That
Capcom without Monster Hunter.
And Rari.
I don't know. Obviously, I don't know. Truly, I truly don't know. But like my guess is gonna be World 2.
Oh yeah. That's the only, like, they go back and forth between portable and console, portable console, portable console.
I like how like so Rise is because it's portable.
It is portable. It was on a Switch.
Well, I mean, launched on PC too.
But I mean, it was Switch exclusive starting out.
For a year, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess,
it's that is what.
Is the Switch a portable console? I mean, I guess it technically is. Yeah.
It's like a weird thing now. It's kind of like
I want to know the numbers. I want to know the percentage of people that exclusively play it portable.
Then we have to get into the conversation to do handhelds. We're talking about dedicated handheld devices,
yeah,
as opposed to like mobile phones. That it's probably gone up because of Steam Deck and the ROG
no, I mean like the
and all
Switch.
that stuff.
Only the Switch. Only the Switch.
Oh,
of Switch owners, how many people exclusively play that handheld?
Oh, there's probably a lot.
I want to know the numbers. I want to know the numbers. I want to know the people that never put it in the dock, or can't rather.
Oh, that don't dock it and play it, just play handheld mode?
Yeah, exactly. I want to know the numbers of people that never dock their Switch, or rather, can't dock their Switch because it's.
Oh, because it's a light.
It's a light, yeah.
Yeah. That would be interesting. The dock.
So it would be like the number of light sales plus the people that own the full Switch but never dock it.
That would be interesting. Yeah, I'm actually kind of curious because there's a lot of people I know that in my friend circle who, they'll just play it, like they don't dock it. Because because the whole thing is like, oh, I can just play it on a couch or play it in the bed or something while someone else is playing another game on the TV. Because like the TV's typically like the Xbox or PlayStation.
Or PS5,
yeah, like it's dedicated to that usually, and they're like, oh well, let me just get some games in while they do something. I don't know. That would be an interesting number to find out. I mean, Tekken 8 was there. Just looking at the footage now, it just went to Tekken 8.
I actually I saw the Tekken 8 booth, but I didn't spend more than
there's not much.
Maybe 10 seconds.
There was not much there. I mean, they had a bunch of setups playing that you could play Tekken 8 at, of course. And they had Panda out there, which they revealed that day. along with Xiaoyu and Jin Kazama. They had those homies out there, so that was a nice little time. You could just take some pictures like and everything like that. They were handing out panda mask. Sometimes you're like some of the
Oh, were
freebies
they?
you get here are just like, I'm okay.
I took a few. I gotta say, this year the swag, the boot swag was pretty sad this year.
It was pretty. There were
Pretty
less.
bad.
There was
Yeah.
less bag diversity around there too.
Not
Usually there's like
that I'm
15
complaining,
bags.
because honestly, whenever like most of the TGS swag that I get ends up in the garbage.
It
Anyways,
does. I kept the longest I kept mine is for like 3 years, but it was just like a bunch of bags. I'm like, why do I have these bags?
because they're like they're too nice to throw away, but also you're not gonna use them. Is the thing.
They're not. Yeah, they're not sturdy enough to where you can use them reliably over and over.
But they look really cool, so you feel kind of bad tossing them.
Yeah, I used to hang them on my
Um,
wall, like
I
as a
actually
display.
still have some, like I have like Persona 5 Royal, I think, from like 4 years ago or something. But yeah, anyways, this year, because like I think previously I used to get like cooler stuff. I don't like the bar's low, but I'm talking stuff like pens maybe, and like cards, like playing like what's it called, like the collectible trading card game
that
kind of thing.
the
Yeah.
bromide cards. Kind of
No,
thing?
like
Or
like
just
trading, like
just
what's that Cardass thing?
card that the car who? Car what? Kardashian? No.
Cardass. Cardass. CADDAS.com. Type that in.
Oh, that's that will take me to some place.
No, not only if you spell it wrong. It's C like hard and then with an extra D and then ass and then .com.
ARDAS.
DDAS.
Oh,
DDAS.
DDAS.
ASS.
Oh, I see it. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, autocorrect, for not
You sure not
killing me.
you know how to spell ass? It's like
Why-
CAD.
Somebody made this on purpose to screw somebody over. I am convinced.
I mean, only if you're non-Japanese, you would be like, oh, that's a weird name. But if you are Japanese, you're like, oh yeah, I'm sure, Cardass, perfectly normal sounding name.
This is a weird name. This is weird. What the heck? Okay, so it looks like they're just like
They just make cards, yeah.
they just make cards. There's nothing like.
So they would hand out
super
like some of
special
this
about it.
stuff. Well, they have Nikkei stuff. That looks really cool. Holy shit! I think I want some of these. Damn. Holy shit, these look cool. Anyways,
Okay, let's go over to our. Oh, here's your Nikkei cards. Let's show
yeah, they
the
look
world.
good.
Show the
They look
world.
good.
Our boys just like, yeah, man, we need these. Oh,
Yeah, they look good, don't they?
you're looking at the cards, or are you looking at what's on the card?
The cards. Well, I mean, also
Which
what's on
is-
the cards.
which is
Yeah, all the
intrinsically what's
weapons.
on-
There's all the cool weapons and their names.
Yeah, they're so colorful.
Yeah, they're really good.
That I'm not gonna lie, Alice, you gotta put something on, girl.
You like Alice? You a
No, I
big
said
Alice fan?
No, I said Alice got to put something on.
But you like Alice? Is that your number? That's your favorite?
Oh gosh, I don't know
You
these
heard it here
girls.
first, boys. You heard it here. You heard it here first. Yeah.
I would say
Alice
probably. I would
Alice.
say probably if I have to go down this list. Wow, who's these people? These names. What are with these names?
Yeah, no, good. Who's your favorite?
I would probably go for Haran.
Oh, really? Okay.
It's the Onesan type.
And she's
Or the Marian.
You like Marian?
Yeah, the Marian. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, Moran's a good or Haran, sorry. right?
And yours who? Oh, Snow White. Snow White looks cool. Snow White would just be like
Snow White's a
homie.
cool character, honestly.
Oh, that's like a
legitimately.
homie. Like you chill with
She's a
Snow
cool
White.
character, yeah.
Sounds
I think
like-
my favorite, like the question, like my favorite design versus
Yeah.
my favorite like character in the game as a unit that is useful to me. Design, I don't know, man. I guess I actually like Privateer a little bit and Helm. Actually, like Helm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but as a useful unit, like who's always in my squad, Dorothy is actually like almost always there.
I gotta go find Dorothy really quick.
She's next to she's on the right side, but she's actually
Oh,
legitimate.
okay.
Like she's like a really good unit.
Looks like she's. I love how her weapon's called Ungrateful. OZ. What's the OZ stand for? Ungrateful. Oh, well, I guess she
Ungrateful
technically
Oz, yeah.
is the. I guess she technically is the weapon.
No. They
Okay.
have weapons.
Okay,
hold
they have weapons. Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
That's why they all names. Yeah.
Soda has weapons too. I can see.
Yeah.
Soda's
exactly.
got the bright cleaner.
Yeah, that's right. Anyway, so how did we get onto this? Anyway, my point is, yeah,
Cards,
the
swag.
the swag this year wasn't as good. It was mostly like pamphlets and fans. I did appreciate the fans because it's hot as fuck.
The air
in the
conditioner was
hall.
broke.
Well, it was broken on one of the days, but they kind of fixed it the other days. But regardless, air conditioner working or not, like in Japan, at least in this part of Japan, it's still really hot. Although it got really nice over the weekend, but September, like mid-September, is still like relatively hot in this part of Japan. So I appreciate the fans. And then yeah, the air conditioner was fucking busted one of those days, and that super sucked. But it was a bunch of fans and pamphlets and stuff. And I promptly like threw it in my backpack, and then when I got home, I was like, I don't need any of this shit.
All I did was I saved that Persona 5.
Oh, the
bag.
Persona bag.
Yeah. I just showed it on camera. It was nice. I mean, it's honestly that one
P3. You have P3 on one side, and then you have P5T on the other side.
on the other side. Yeah, that was a good one. Atlas usually does pretty good ones. I think I
Sega
still
at this
have.
point now. Yeah.
I still have the. Oh, you know what? I might have thrown out the Legend of Heroes Trails of the. Which one was red? And
I
black?
want you to fucking try. Yes, I want you to try to figure it out.
I was gonna say Sen no Kiseki, but it's
Well, there is a
they're
Kuro
all
no
Sen-
Kiseki. Are you thinking of Kuro no Kiseki?
It maybe I feel like there was like prison involved in the kanji.
Prison.
Prison. I don't know. I don't know my kanji as well. So, but it had like it had a light on it, so you could actually light it up. Then I have a blaze blue one.
So yeah, very useful. Yeah.
I don't know. The blaze blue one was actually a giant bag. So
You know, I actually really regret not waiting in line for the Twitch Kuji, because like, so the Kuji, well, basically you would line up at the Twitch booth, and then you could pull a string, and then that, like a random string rather, and then like that string was attached to a prize, and you would just win that prize. And the first day, they sold out, but they were gone really fast. The second day, or at least the next time I went, the wait was like 40 minutes. And I was like, shit, 40 minutes for a free prize. And I looked at it on the table. I was like, what can I even get? So all the good stuff was sold out for starters. So they had really good Shure like IEMs, earphones. Some of them were gone. Some of them were not gone. They had like portable hard drives. Those were gone. And they had some other stuff that I would have loved to have, but were not available. But like they had like Twitch blankets or Twitch plushies, and like some headphones actually that I actually probably would have used. So I was like, do I wait in line? Sorry, what?
Sure was there. Like I saw some Shure reps out there. I don't know if they had a booth. I assume that they
I don't think Shure had a booth. Maybe they were there with earphone, or maybe they're for Twitch, but they had a few like Shure earphones that were mostly gone, but some were still available. And I was like, do I wait in line for 40 minutes to pull a random prize? And it could be something really good, or it could be really something shitty. And I was like, I'm just gonna not do it. But like, I kind of wish I had. I
would say that's probably the one thing that is most people don't realize or know about Tokyo Game Show is that there are a couple of different things that you can do there in terms of, you know, there is of course the big games. That's a whole thing there. Big manufacturers. There's mobile games. That's a whole section. And then sometimes they'll have them divided up in by countries too. They'll have like the country pavilion.
Man, I remember when I first started going to TGS, the Korea pavilion was like so small, but this year
it's huge.
So big.
This year it's huge.
It's so big.
This year it's huge. You know,
Korean devs are just fucking exploding right now.
They said, yeah, man, we about to show out. So you have that. You have schools and institutions where they're like, hey, you know, this is our class kind of project that they've been working on. Hey, check these out. Come to this school. You know, recruiting that way. And then there's also like a business meeting area where you can meet up with if you're a business person. If
you are legitimately in the industry and you want to get contacts, you want to meet people.
Yeah. And then finally there's the merch area, which you know, a lot of the booths are, you know, Kojima Productions. That's pretty much all they have every year. They're there, you know,
for merch.
For merch, yeah, they always show merch. I don't think I've ever seen.
They kind of always sell the same merch too, honestly.
Yeah. Square Enix has, you know, their music, and then of course
like another
Cospa
Square booth for other stuff. There's two Square booths. Yeah.
So those are always typically there. I don't know if you got some good footage of the merch. I don't actually think I did. I didn't stop
I have
to
some
take
footage
too much
of merch,
it,
not like a lot of footage of merch, but I mean, I was there in the merch area, so.
I think what people used to go for, or at least I would hear about fairly often, was like Sega merch. Like they would have like Master System and Genesis and like all that kind of like old merch in terms of whether it be pins, bags, jackets, but they would have it themed after that or have it imprinted on there. But they were just really nice and, of course, kind of expensive. But sometimes I don't know if though that kind of merch it's kind of gotten less and less maybe over the years in terms of just like, oh man, if you go to Tokyo Game Show, you can get this, and only here you can get this. Now I think they kind of sell most of the merch afterwards, and it's kind of like, oh, you can get it here first, but if you wait a couple months.
So the
Fan
thing about
gamer.
like for example
Yeah.
the Costco booth. So sorry, did I say Costco? It's Cospa.
Costco's not
Yeah.
that far from there though. It's only 5
Oh,
minutes.
It's really fucking close actually. But yeah, anyways, I should have gone to Costco. Fuck, I'm so dumb. I should have gone. I'm not even kidding. I should have gone to Costco, got like beef jerky. But anyways, the Costco booth. So what they usually do is like they bring a ton of merch, like anime and game merch. But the only reason for you to go and shop at TGS for Costco is because they sell a lot of their products at TGS first, and then later, like a month from now or like 2 months from now, that's when you can buy it normally on their like website or whatever.
Exactly.
So if you like, oh, that's really cool and I want it now, then you can go get it. Or if you're just patient, or you can go to TGS rather, you can just wait 2 months and then you can buy it normally for the same price. There's no discount or anything.
Yeah, there's nothing special about it, but it is, and the thing is, Tokyo Game Show is for the games more so than the merch, but every once in a while you'll find some good merch out there.
Agreed. Yeah.
They had some good some Elden Ring stuff out there. I saw that.
That
and I was
looked
like,
really good, expensive too. Yeah.
let me see. I did pull it up here. Yeah. It was expensive for sure. I was, and it wasn't just Elden Ring. It was just like Souls-like stuff. T-shirts, rings, necklaces, and they were, like I said, it was really cool, but a little expensive. I think the shirts were around $50 a pop, and which when shirts go that high, I tend to go like, I wear you once, but I won't wear you again.
What's the most expensive shirt you own?
Oh, these shirts are like 7,000. Never mind. Whew.
Yeah.
So, I know my shirt's probably about $30 maybe.
I'll
maybe
spend
40 if I'm lucky.
for like a good shirt that's comfy and like looks good on me. I'll spend like up to like $20 on it or whatever.
Yeah.
But the most expensive shirt I own is like easily like 8,000 yen, and I've worn it once because I'm so paranoid of like
paranoid,
ruining
right?
it.
Like if you ruin it, it's like game over kind of thing.
It's such a nice shirt. It was like a really limited run shirt that was sold at the Pokemon Center like 10 years ago.
Okay.
That has like stitching, I guess, of like the sprites, so it looks like the Game Boy sprites, and it's like stitched in on the sleeve and on the breast pocket, and it looks like so damn good. It was like 8,000 yen. I'm like so afraid of ruining it, so I only wore it once.
I feel that.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. It's one of those things where I don't like to wear a lot of branded stuff sometimes. Like as a kid, I didn't really wear it as much. Now I'm okay with wearing it a little bit more, but yeah, there's only so much you want to pay for a shirt. Like, and it's not like a dress shirt. You know what I mean? Like it's not something that you can comfortably wear often.
My pro tip, honestly, especially if you visit Japan or come to Japan or you have a Uniqlo nearby, is Uniqlo has really good collabs.
They have great collabs, yeah.
With anime and games all the time, and they're cheap. They're actually really cheap. I'm wearing this shirt right now that I'm wearing. This is a Uniqlo shirt.
They're only $20. I'm wearing a Uniqlo shirt too, and it's just a white shirt.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's just a nice white shirt.
I was wearing a Final Fantasy shirt this year at TGS. For one of the days, and that shirt's like only $15, man. I think it's so cheap, and it's decent quality. So Uniqlo is legit good collabs, yeah.
I think I just tossed out my Pikachu shirt
from Uniqlo.
From Uniqlo, yeah. I mean, they get some good designers to actually do work for their shirts. And so like the
UT collabs, right?
UT collabs, yeah.
Yeah.
And they really rotate pretty quickly. Like they rotate out.
They rotate. So. Yeah, there's always a good selection of
always a great
their collab shirts.
So yeah, I mean, I was telling Alex this a little bit earlier. Is like I ran into Jeff Keighley. As in, I didn't literally run into him, but
you assaulted Jeff Keighley.
I passed by Jeff Keighley, and I was like, Mr. Keighley.
Like you spoke to him?
Yeah. I literally, I in that exact tone, I was like, Mr. Keighley, because I didn't
call him Mr. Keighley. You didn't say like Jeff Keighley. You're like Mr. Keighley.
Holy shit! I'm just like, Yeah,
what did he say? It was like, who the fuck are you, kid?
No, he just said like hi, and then he just kept walking by to like an appointment. He ran by quick, man.
That's so funny,
like,
Mr. Keeley.
Mr. Keeley.
Mr. Keeley.
But no one like noticed him, or he was just like no. Everyone else was like afraid to be like, oh, is that Jeff Keeley?
Is that
like,
Jeff? Is that
yeah.
the man, Jeff Keeley?
It's like that time I saw Kojima on stage, and I was like, oh, it's Kojima. But that's a
Kojima,
little bit
yeah.
different, you know.
Yeah.
And then I when I was at the Dragon's Dogma booth, there was the Capcom booth. It was Itsuno-san, like the creator of Dragon's Dogma and Devil May Cry, along with the lead combat designer for Final Fantasy 16/Devil May Cry 5. The best thing about that was the conversation where he just goes, "Did you buy 16 yet?"
Please buy it.
And homie said, "Not yet."
Oh no.
It was like the pupil going, "Sensei, did you buy it? I made something great."
Yeah.
I hope you like it.
So funny.
But anyways, there was one weird thing I have to say, and it had to do with the front sign for a Tokyo Game Show.
Oh usually, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Usually every year, and now
it's a big ass sign that says TGS and then the year.
Oh gosh. Okay, there we go. Yeah. I just realized, yeah, even for 2019, now typically Bethesda or ZeniMax at this time, ZeniMax will usually buy out advertisement on the pavilion itself and then apparently on the main sign, but it always has Tokyo Game Show. It always has their official art. This year.
Yeah. So that's 2019, right?
This
so
is
exactly
2019.
you can see that one of the squares says TGS proper. Yeah.
It's proper. And then let me go and try to find. Yeah, let me find this year. This year's was there was legit no mention of TGS unless
I was
you could
like,
read
am I at
Japanese.
the right place? Is this fucking the Bethesda convention? Like what?
Like yeah, here we go. And I had to like take a picture. I had to make sure I took a picture of it when it on the sign it says Honjitsu no event, like today's event, Tokyo Game Show in Japanese, because if not, you would have just thought you're at the Bethesda convention, like you said. I was curious how this happened, or like I get Starfield being there, but
I
at least
suspect,
we're 76.
but also, I walked up and I'm walking to the hall, and the first thing I see is Fallout 76, and I was like, does anyone give a shit about that game still? Like, what the fuck?
They are releasing some more content going back to Vegas.
Do you know anyone that plays Fallout 76?
No, there's most people
Exactly.
are sour
Yeah,
on it. Most people
yeah.
don't care. It's like also Elder Scrolls Online. Most people are there. The who they got is who they got. They ain't getting nobody new.
Like, do they still have to advertise fucking Fallout 76? Like,
so Microsoft did their whole their kind of direct for Tokyo Game Show this year, and yeah, it was there.
Fallout 76, really?
Fallout 76, yeah. There's two more. I think it's two more expansion passes coming for it.
Shit,
it ain't
why?
dead, bro. It's not dead. It's there. It is there. It is living. For whatever reason, I don't know why, but it's it's there. I am almost half curious to play this Fate game too.
Oh, then the new one, the samurai one.
Yeah,
It's probably very fine. It's probably like not a bad game. Who's
it's
making it again?
Who's the studio making it? I don't know. It's
the
I mean, it's
studio.
Koei Tecmo, but
Koei Tecmo is. Oh, I guess that's Koei Tecmo then.
Yeah, it's Koei Tecmo.
Is it the Muso team or?
It's not the Muso team. It's like I don't think it's pretty sure it's not. Oh, wait, is it Konami? No, it's not Konami.
It's not Konami. No.
Every time I think something is
It's
Konami,
Omega
I'm
Force.
like,
It's Omega Force. So yeah,
it is Omega Force. Really,
it is the Muso team. Yeah.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, like I think they hired some good writers for it, is what I heard. For the script and everything. So it might actually. I mean, it looks pretty solid. And I'm not a Fate fan or anything like that. And this is like a one. I guess is a 1-to-1 scale figure of the smaller figure that I've seen before. Yeah, honestly, they had a nice little booth for the Fate stuff. I thought that was kind of cool. Anyways, that's.
I mean, I actually, it looks good, but like my backlog is just already insane. Like it's already.
Samurai Remnant. That's what it's called.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's what it is.
I can't even find it. There we go. Yeah, my backlog
PS5,
is too
PS4, Switch, Windows.
This is when you know something's going to happen that shouldn't happen. When it says PS5, then it says PS4, and then Switch. And then you already know what you're getting. inferior. I'm sorry.
I
I
mean,
just want all the games now to just switch on over.
to what? To switch to what? PS5 only?
PS5, Xbox One, PC, and then get me that Switch 2 now.
So you want people to abandon the Switch?
Yeah, I want Switch 2 now. I want the Switch 2 now.
I'm sure it'll be honestly. I'm sure the game will play like perfectly fine because Omega Force is kind of like the A team for this type of game. Like they do the mainline Dynasty Warrior stuff, and then all the really good like spin-offs. They're not spin-offs. The licensed stuff. So like Hyrule Warriors and like Fire Emblem Warriors. That's all Omega Force. Persona 5 Strikers as well.
Sometimes I wonder about those games in terms of how much oversight the actual studios were like, if you do this, no.
That's a good question. Honestly, yeah, that's a great question. Actually,
because they have a lot of for Hyrule Warriors, there's a lot of lore and there's a lot of
there's a lot of stuff in there. Yeah,
ton of fan service and like I know Nintendo wouldn't just let them put it out. Same with the Dragon Quest stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then like you said, for the other series that they've done.
That's a great question. Actually, playing Persona 5 Strikers, like not only is it like they nailed the vibe really good, it's a canon sequel actually, and the battle system. I'm sure you played a Musou game before, right? Right?
Yeah.
The battle system, I call it a battle system, but the combat system has been tweaked in such a way that it actually makes really good sense in the Persona world.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's not turn-based, but like the world kind of like you have to use your skills the same way that you would in a normal turn-based Persona game. Like you have personas, you can change the personas so your skills change, and like you have to exploit weaknesses based on your Persona skills. You still fuse personas like you would. It's crazy. So
I mean, I think what's happened, or at least, and it's not like that for all the Musou collabs. Like it's very much a few select ones that go that hard. Because One Piece, Pirate Warriors. The first one is like the first couple are like what they are, but then like they become like just okay, right? And they're just really retelling things. And I think there's One Piece. There's also Gundam.
Oh man, but they haven't made a Gundam one in a long time, right?
Yeah, I think they only made one Gundam Musou. I don't know if they.
I think there's two. There's Gundam 1 and 2. Oh, there's 3 actually.
Oh, there's 3. Okay, well I guess they fought. There we go. There was a time they were doing anime specifically. And then they did the Berserk one,
right?
Which I think was pretty decent. They did the Fist of the North Star one. I think those are both like they're both kind of decent. If you're a fan, you'll enjoy it. But
yeah, and then like I think the newer one's actually really good.
Yeah.
So man, I'm a little curious about the Fate one. Like, I mean, Fate is one of those media franchises where it has a really dedicated fan base.
Mm-hmm.
And I think like even if the game is shitty,
okay,
like gameplay wise is kind of shitty, I think the fan base will still relatively.
As I told Ehe, I'm just looking for the good anime game one day.
A good anime game.
A good anime game. So it's like
what is it like? Naruto, Boruto, whatever the fuck
Ultimate
it's called?
Connection.
Yeah,
whatever is coming out. Yeah, that I still count that as okay. Some people really like. I mean, people really love that, but I love the first one. But then like the more derivative they get, the more I'm just like, okay, it's just more characters.
Yeah, and you should play the new SAO game. You should stream it. I dare you.
No, that game. I want to play one of those games, but they actually look bad. They legit look bad. When you see the frame rate drop in the trailer, you're just like,
well, did you watch the trailer for the new one?
I did watch the trailer.
Recollection or whatever it's called?
Yeah.
The one that comes out in 2 weeks or next week, actually.
Look, I've been trying to get me a good game with Yu-Gi-Oh in it, but I can't. I don't care about Kirito.
Fucking way. Holy shit, I'm on the website for this new game, for the new SAO game. The roster is gigantic.
I told you they just become derivative and they just add more characters and it's just like a Dragon Ball Budokai Ichi, like Tenkaichi type feel. Like let's get more, let's add more. Let's not really do much else, but let's just. What even is
this battle system? Like what even is this game?
I'm just saying. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, Last Recollection.
Yeah, there's a new one. It comes out next week. So if you love SAO, you're a big SAO fan. You can look forward to another game. Published by Bandai Namco, the Kings
the kings of
licensed anime games.
they are a huge publisher, and so I mean, people joke around about like, oh yeah, is Microsoft gonna buy somebody like like this? I'm like, man, they if there's anyone they would like to get, they get whew, like Bump a Square or
Bandai Namco
Capcom.
is like such an interesting publisher to me because like 90% of the games they put out, I don't give a shit about. And then there's like the one that's like, oh, that's a good game.
But then they do those random color. You're like, oh yeah, let me go get one of those FromSoft games, or let me go get, because this was I think Elden Ring went through Bandai Namco.
Bandai Namco, yeah. Bandai Namco, yeah.
Anytime it needs to get big, they go through. Technically, Super Smash Brothers, Tekken, is a Bandai Namco developed game.
Okay, and that's true because they really helped out. Also, Mario Kart Arcade. If you ever, I'm sure they have it outside Japan, but if you've been to a Japanese arcade, very familiar.
What was it?
Cabinet.
Pokken.
Yeah, because it's based off Tekken.
Yeah. Yeah. See, this has Yu-Gi-Oh and Alice, man. I just come on. Okay, let's look at this trailer. Let's go look at this.
We're gonna watch the fucking trailer.
$70 or $120 or $150 or $200 or $300 for the 10-year Memorial Edition. Oh gosh, why is it why is a download game the digital premium edition 120? Okay, let's go look at this trailer. Show me the.
What was that? Was this even at TGS? Actually, I think it was.
It probably was. It
just didn't. I just didn't even care. Whatever.
This is the opening animation. What do we want? The story play? The story
gameplay.
trailer?
I want to see gameplay. I don't give a shit about the story.
They have a weapon trailer, a system. Oh, you know what? The system trailer. They even got Riona. Like they always get
actual. Yeah, the music's good. The music's always good. But yeah.
SAO music is always.
It's actually
good. Like I can't front on them.
Yeah. Okay, play like a battle trailer or something.
This is going over the system, so I hope the system includes.
I want to see gameplay.
Includes gameplay. I hope.
Well, I mean combat rather.
Look at the texture.
It looks good.
How do you have so little money but have so much recognition? Okay, give me the systems. Let's look at this crap. Look at this crap. They're gonna tell me I can jump, which I don't know why it is in RPGs that for whatever reason actions like jumping are like amazing. Like remember when 13 came out, FF13? They're like you can jump.
13? Can you?
You can jump where it says only in places that it allows
only
you to,
where it says you can.
And so the same thing happened with the FF7 demo. Cloud can climb now.
He can do like a little.
He can climb.
I mean, he could do that in the first game as long as it was an action that was meant to happen.
They have to state it though. He can climb.
There's combat in this trailer.
It looks
fine. It looks fine.
It looks fine. It looks fine.
It's probably not very fun.
I
want this game to prove you wrong. I want you to fucking play this game.
Look, it looks like it has like an RPG system in it. Like, whoa, what the fuck?
Well, I mean, isn't it not an RPG?
Oh wait, hold up. Let me go back just a little bit so that it can kind of go into this. I
dare you. I dare to play this game.
I don't think I could.
But if you're just like, this game is actually really good. One of my picks for 2023. Holy shit.
There is a limit on how far I should go. Like, what are we even fighting? Is that even an enemy that appears in Sword Art Online? There's a weak point.
I don't know. I don't fucking know. I don't know.
Is this like a Tales like system? It looks like a Tales system ish.
Well, I mean, it is the fucking same company that made Tales, so
they have skill allied some attacks.
Yeah, you know what? Here's a recipe. Here's a recipe. Steal the combat from Tales of Arise, and you're good. And then
can we get the Tales of Arise combat? Like not combat, but can we get look at this? I don't want to see anime art come up on the screen, bro.
I don't want to see anime art in my anime game. How dare you?
Look at this. Look at this.
How dare you? How dare you put anime art in my anime game?
The characters can't even, a 3D model can't even come on the screen. They just have to throw like an actual PNG. Just
it's SAO. What do you want them to do?
They want a PNG of this crap. I don't want PNGs. I want real.
I want fucking polygons.
They're like, you can customize your Kirito. Oh.
Yeah, you never play as Kirito. You always play as like a random ass avatar.
I mean, they have some looks like some UFO table cutscenes.
I mean, yeah, they always
UFO.
Yeah.
which looks better than the game. Fudge.
Just I dare you to play this game, man.
Can I play this? Can I play this textured version of the game?
You just wait for a mod or something. Wait for a PC mod.
This is can we just get Scarlet Nexus, but the Kirito mod edition?
Oh yeah,
The SAO edition or something?
Yeah,
Like-
exactly. Yeah, Bandai Namco. Every now and then, Bandai Namco will put out a
Code Vein?
surprise. Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
told you.
Bandai Namco will be like, "Here's a game called Scarlet Nexus. Here's Code Vein," and you're like, "Whoa, that's cool," or whatever. And then like 4 times a year, they're like, "SAO, My Hero Academia." Like Naruto. I'm like, oh my
You're
god.
Like, can we? How about not? All right. Well, before we go,
We're like
at
shitting
least,
on anime.
let's
It's
at
a
least
licensed anime
compare.
game.
Let's
Yeah.
compare with Koei Tecmo, who is giving us the Fate. Let's see at least. Okay, we got a movie here. That's a TV. I don't care about the TV ad. The opening animation is probably gonna be nice. I don't know what the third trailer is, but let's see what the third trailer is. Show me the money, Koei Tecmo. Show me what good greatness looks like.
Yeah, like I mean, like no real disrespect to Bandai Namco, but I've like never been excited about any of their licensed games. I've never been like, I gotta play that. You know, Naruto. I've never said that. So.
It's so bad they even gave us Xenosaga. Oh,
Man, just remaster that.
cross
yeah.
your heart. Just okay. This looks a little bit. This actually, the textures looked a little bit better for this. I'm not gonna. Yeah,
So
the character textures look better.
would you'd rather play Fate then? I mean, no. I also the studio. I
I'm
think, is-
honestly, I'm actually tempted to play like.
I mean, this dude, it's a good. I mean, Omega Force makes good games, so yeah.
but well, you know, they gave us Chaos, didn't they?
Was that Omega Force?
It was Koei Tecmo, but I don't know if it was Omega Force. It probably was.
I don't think it was. I mean, was it Omega Force?
It was-
I mean,
was it
that was
not
actually a
the
fun
Neo-
game though. No, like actually, that was a fun game.
Was it not the Neo team or one of the Neo like
it was
teams?
Neo. It was the Neo team, but I don't think Neo's Omega Force. Are they?
Well, we have Omega Force also. We know it probably isn't, but Omega Force did do Wulong Fallen Dynasty, which is another Souls-like game. It was
Okay.
which was good. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I for whatever reason, this feels like there's a okay. Yeah, I feel like there's a little bit. This is a little bit better for whatever reason. It's a little bit better.
All right.
I feel like they put a little bit more budget into it. Okay,
You,
hold
you
up,
should play
never
this then. You
mind.
should
Oh,
play
what
this.
the
You should play
fuck?
this game.
I'm like seriously considering.
Yeah, it comes out like in a week, man.
It comes out in a week. I have no, I only know these characters from figures, and then half of these characters aren't the figures I know, so I don't know what these characters.
You know what?
Are.
I played. I
So I
played
don't
Fate.
know.
What is it? Link. Whatever. Fate.
Oh, Extella, the
Yeah, Sixtella Link. I played that one. I don't know. I don't know shit about Fate. I don't know really too much about the characters, but I played that whole game and it's actually pretty good. It's a fun game. It's a good game. So if I could enjoy that, not knowing anything about the characters, then this is probably a fun game to play. Actually,
this is, yeah. I'll say they have a little bit more. Okay, I just want to see what the combat. Oh,
what do you mean see the combat? It's fucking Dynasty Warriors.
hey man, they might have put a twist on it. Might be good, better.
It might be better.
Best.
Yeah, is
I
there?
don't know.
There's combat in some of these shows. I think.
I had to
I
go to
don't know.
another.
I don't think the first trailer has combat. I think you need to skip to.
Is there a combat trailer? I think it's
think,
got some
like-
combat in it, or
Oh,
some
okay.
moments.
Yeah,
of
there's some
combat.
combat. There's a little bit of combat. No HUD or anything though. So
I can't believe I'm just like, oh, I kind of want to play
a fake game.
a Fate game. What's wrong? What has happened?
You should play the game. And then play Sword Art Online. Last
No, that's
Recollection,
a
whatever
no.
it's called.
That's an actual no.
Would you rather play Recollection or would you have to rewatch the last season?
Neither. Neither. There's just a Tokyo Game Show got us talking about
SAO.
SAO and anime games. Oh, anime. Oh, anime. So, anyways, next year, Tokyo Game Show going to be at a little bit later date, but it is happening. They already
It's
confirmed.
getting pushed later. Is it out of September or what?
It's still in September. I'm not sure if it's just because I think next year might be a leap year or something like that.
They actually delayed it this year. Like it was 1 week later this year than it was like last year. So it's already kind of late this year.
So TGS 2024 is going to be from the 26th through the 29th next
So it's
year of
another week
September.
later.
It's another.
It's an additional week later afterwards. Yeah.
Still
Why?
be in Makuhari Messe, and yeah, I don't know why they keep delaying it further and further back, but
Eventually, it's gonna be in October. Not that I would mind too much because it's hot still
it's
in
cooler.
September. It's much cooler, so yeah, it's way better.
Maybe no typhoons coming because every year a storm of some sort, a typhoon.
Oh
it's
yeah,
always raining
on
one day or
Thursday. On
another.
Thursday, it was raining a lot on Thursday. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think if they're trying to get out of that, that's cool. That's fine. I don't have any. Or sometimes it's just someone has the venue.
Maybe that's it. Maybe someone
up.
else booked it. Yeah, maybe
Someone booked it.
Hololive is like, we're doing a Holofest this year, this time.
The real deal.
Yeah, because Makuhari,
the real anime.
Like tons of people, there's tons of events at Makuhari. Tokyo Games is just one of many throughout the year, right?
Yeah, it's just one of many.
So maybe someone's booked it. I don't know.
So I think that's gonna do it for us. I don't know. Do you have anything you want to say in closing, or anything you want to bring up?
No, not really. Like and subscribe to the video so we can one day end up in the YouTube booth and chill out.
Go to the YouTube booth.
We can be invited to the YouTube booth.
Yeah, they won't know anything about Twitch. We just want to be on that YouTube, that level, that YouTube money.
Yeah.
Let us know. And you can always follow my co-host Alex at Root24 on Twitch. What are you streaming again?
Sea of Stars.
Sea of Stars. Nice.
Yep.
So you're gonna go in from Sea of Stars, and then is our Mario RPG next month or
it's November, but based on how much I play and how long I stream for, I'm expecting to be done right in time for Super Mario RPG.
Nice. Then you can find me also on Twitch at NinjaTrixta. I am gonna finish up some Armored Core, and then next month is Halloween, so gonna do
Spooky
Alan
games
Wake
all day long.
Yeah. I don't know if I don't know if I have any more chill arts games left.
Did you play all the new ones already?
I played the latest one was
Parasocial.
What?
Parasocial, that's the newest one.
What, they got a new one out?
You say, yeah, you have to play Parasocial then.
What ho ho?
Parasocial.
It's called Para ho ho.
Yeah, not Para ho ho or anything. It's called Parasocial.
I played Night Security was the first
so
one in
Night Security, yeah.
Night Security was the first one in a while that scared
It scared the shit out of you.
Crap, bro. I had so many jump scares.
You actually shit yourself.
There was a point where I wasn't moving properly anymore.
That's
this one looks this Parasocial look okay. I was gonna say it looks better, but it's because it's in the daytime.
Parasocial,
at least in this trailer.
Okay, so here's the thing. Like I've already talked about this, but let me just wrap things up real fast. But like when it comes to horror games, is this
a VTuber based one?
It's kind of like a VTuber, yeah. So the what's it called? The supernatural horror really, really, really scares me. But Parasocial is more of like a real life. This could actually kind of happen, kind of scary. So like it's really, really scary just to like the people that like could be in that position.
Dude, it's the same apartment from from Night Security.
I bet. I bet you these guys fucking get all their shit from the Unity stores. You know what I mean? Like they probably get all their assets from
Buy Unity.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of, that's another topic for another day.
Whole another topic.
I bet you they just reuse all their assets because it's cheaper that way.
Yeah, I guess I'll have to put this on the list. Gosh, man, I was hoping that they wouldn't. Let me just add this.
I was hoping Chill Arts never makes the game again, so I never have to play that.
I have literally played one too many of their games. I've gone down a whole
what was the scariest for you? Was it Night Security?
Yeah, Night Security was
the scariest.
What about
the delivery one, the night delivery one?
Like, I wonder if I can find all the games that okay. But Convenience Store had some stuff in it. Night Delivery
Convenience Store wasn't too bad, honestly. It was scary. I played that too, but it wasn't that scary for me.
I would say like Night Delivery was the one I had the most jump scares because every time the door would open, you didn't know what was gonna happen, like who you were gonna get.
Yeah.
Like it was always a jump scare at the door. But physically moving, Closing Shift was funny. Closing Shift was just fun.
Did you ever get all the endings for what's the hot spring one? What's that one called?
I think we looked up the last one. The bathhouse, I think is what it's called.
Yeah, like you had to do something with you had to go underground to like release
To
the
release the
trapped person. Yeah.
Yeah, that one had some good jump scares, but sometimes like like their games,
The puzzles,
the audio,
I know what
like
you mean. The puzzles, you get stuck. Yeah.
the puzzles are like, bro, what do you want me to do? Or the
Oh my God, I'm
audio
so
is just
fucking stuck right now. Yeah.
blaring. I think that one the audio was blaring for me. I had to like turn it down. The puzzle for
Yeah.
the for night security to actually get the real ending.
Yeah.
Yeah, ain't no one doing that.
Oh, it was like you had to put in the birthday of like your
Ye-
son or something, right?
But the way that you're going is you have to. So
You have to go. You have to walk around the ghost kind of thing.
You
Yeah.
have to walk around the ghost, but
Yeah.
the door you walk out of, it's literally to your right. There's just not enough time to do it, so you have to
Yeah,
walk around.
I saw a lot of streamers try to do that ending. You have to like loop the ghost.
You have to
and
loop
then
the ghost.
and then you have to fucking like punch in the numbers so fast.
It's
Yeah.
it's a simple number too, but it's just
Yeah.
like okay.
Yeah, I saw
no.
that. Yeah.
I'm okay. So yeah, I'll be playing that I guess now, and along with Alan Wake, and there's one other game that I'll play that's horror related. Oh, Lords of the Fallen or Lies of P. Probably Lords of the Fallen.
Okay.
Anyways,
Cool.
that's gonna do it. So everyone, please have a great, wonderful night. Do you go play some Fate? Go look at Fate. Be
And then
all
look at the
about
trailer
that
for
Fate.
SAO, yeah.
Yeah, don't look at that. That's poison.
Oh no.
That will
Throwing
hurt
shade
you.
on SAO right now.
That will hurt you.
Yeah, all right.
Do something good for your eyes. all right?
top tier anime. I think that might be like a really hot take, actually. It's a hot take.
Top tier anime.
In top tier anime storyline, yeah. That's
All
good.
right, everybody.
All right.
Peace.
All right. See you guys later. Peace.